Good morning.
Morning.
I would like to remind everyone to please make sure that all cell phones are turned to the off or vibrate position, and also please be advised our city council meetings are broadcast on Comcast Channel 99, AT&T UVerse, and the City of Gadsden YouTube channel. This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on Assistant City Clerk Jennifer Smith for the roll call.
Councilwoman
Here.
Tolles. Councilman Williams is absent today. Worthy.
Here.
Back.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Cannon.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
We have a quorum present and our meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Brian Harbison to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Will you pray with me? Almighty God, we thank you today for the blessings of life and for your blessings on this great city. God, we just pray that we'll keep our focus on you, that you'll be with the council today, give them the wisdom they need and the decisions they have to make. Pray that you'll continue to watch over the mayor, his staff, his administration. And God, I pray for those in our area who are suffering with the heat, that you'll just keep them cool during this time and meet their needs. And God, we promise to give you the praise and the glory for the good things you're going to do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the Intergovernmental Committee work session and council meeting that was held August the 6th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
The chair will entertain a motion to ratify payments of accounts for the week of August the 2nd through the 8th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Proclamation. We have no unfinished business today. This is the time and place as advertised to conduct a public hearing, allowing anyone to speak in opposition to or in favor of a resolution or an abatement of nuisance located on property at 909 Rogers Street in District 3. This is the State of Alabama Right of Redemption, FNA, NP, LLC, and Calvin L. Nichols being the last known owners. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor?
Madam President, I'm Brian Harbison with the Building Department. We filed this case in December of last year. There have been no improvements. There are no permits to improve, and we're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate the nuisance.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
And I would like to say that they want to convey the property to the city.
Okay.
Second.
The motion has already been voted on also. Okay.
Motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution ordering abatement of nuisance on property located at 1025 4th Avenue, and this is in District 5, Alger LLC being the last known owner. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor?
Madam President, we filed this case in November of last year. There have been no improvements. There are no permits to improve, and we're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution on abatement of nuisance on property located at 1602 Hayes Street in District 5. And this is Arnie Carlson, Dolores Carlson, and American General Finance Services of Alabama being the last known owners. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor?
Madam President, we filed this case in November. There've been no improvements. There was a building permit taken out in December of last year. No improvements have been made. We're asking today for a resolution to abate this nuisance.
What is the pleasure of the council?
Move to abate the nuisance. Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution on abatement of nuisance on property located at 33 Cabot Avenue in District 7. And this is Brian A. Mackey, Carol S. Mallory, Gadsden Mortgage Service, and the Providence Bank being the last known owners. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to this resolution?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, would you come to the podium and give your name and address, please?
Excuse me. My name's Brian Mack, currently 4220 Highway 77, Southside, Alabama, formerly of 33 Cabot here in Gadsden. It's a rather lengthy story, so I'll summarize as best I can. Aquin Loan Servicing, I'm nervous, so on June 28th of last year, storms took down 2 trees and put them on my house, causing what the insurance deemed a total loss. Aquin Loan Servicing at the time is the one that had the mortgage. They sent me. I contacted the insurance company and Aquin Loan, settled up with the insurance, got a payoff from Aquin Loan that was good through September 28th of 2018. They received the payoff September 20th, put the funds in whatever a hazard suspense fund is, and continued to bill me for it. After multiple phone calls to Aquin, trying to either get my deed or get in writing as to why they would not release the deed, they refused. I contacted a lawyer back in March. He sent them a letter asking them to review the account and to take according action accordingly. They sent him a letter back saying, well, here's our response. We're putting you as a third party on the account. We hope that satisfies your inquiry. Shortly after that, I received a letter from Aquin that a different mortgage company had it now, PHH Mortgage. I received nothing from them until last week, a letter stating that they had turned it over for foreclosure. To me, they're trying to foreclose on a property that was paid for last September, which, again, Aquin refused to tell me why they wouldn't release the deed or in fact release the deed. This new mortgage company says that they want immediate payoff of nearly $42,000 when I've already paid it off of approximately $35,000. And at this point, I'm not here to speak in opposition necessarily of abatement. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm out of options. I don't know what, I can't. The attorney couldn't get anything done. I couldn't get anything done doing it personally. So I guess what I'm asking for is maybe an extension or something to try to get something settled with this, either with the the attorney that has it now or the current mortgage company. How much time that'll take, I don't know.
According to, in my paperwork here, it has, the two mortgage companies that are on here, you never mentioned that, and it says Gadsden Mortgage Service, and it says Providence Bank, but you said
Ocwen, yes ma'am.
Ocwen.
OCWEN. Gadsden Mortgage Service was the initial one, and I don't remember how long they had it until another company took it over, and then Litton Loan got it, and then Ocwen, and then now this PHH. But the Gadsden Mortgages was the first one, and I think that Provident Bank is who they went through.
Okay.
But that was 16 years ago, so
Okay. Well, we thank you, and we'll listen to our building representative, and after then we can tell you, or either you can speak, excuse me, or you can speak with him.
yes ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
But thank you. Is there anyone to speak in opposition? In favor, I'm sorry.
Madam President, we filed this case in September of last year. I would ask the gentleman, are you dealing with a local attorney?
Yes.
Okay. I had a lengthy conversation with an attorney from Bradley, Arent Boat Cummings out of Tampa. Any communication with them? This law firm is actually representing one of the mortgage companies, and I explained the process. He couldn't have anyone here today. I told him I would ask for a resolution to abate and explain the process as far as going to a judge and getting an injunction, and he's familiar with that process and stated that's what they intend to do. So at this point, I'm asking for a resolution to abate this nuisance. Thank you.
Okay. What is the pleasure of the council?
I'm going to ask for abatement, but I'll say this, Brian, it doesn't make any difference either way. It's already a total loss, and it needs to be moved. And I think if we moved, it's going to be less while you're working this out, trying to get everything straightened out. Possibility that we won't even get around to that by the time you do get it straightened out. But in any case, it's going to have to be abated. So, sure, we'll go ahead and do that, and I was hoping that maybe by us doing that, it might perpetuate them to get on the stick and help you, I hope.
Yes.
So that's why we do that, okay?
Again, I wasn't here just to speak necessarily in opposition.
I know.
I came, so hopefully the council, what was going on.
Well, I think you've aired it pretty good, and I think legal will be looking at it, and you'll have time this way. We'll go ahead and ask for abatement.
Second.
Could I say something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need to get the meanest attorney in town, because you're getting ripped off. I just know exactly what
There's
you're
no
talking
doubt
about.
about that, Brian.
And that could go to a judge.
Lee, are you available for outside counsel?
Well, as long as you've got legal, that's going to be the secret to it, and we here will help you in this respect, put a little pressure, I hope. Okay. Yeah.
Councilman Reed, when will this take place approximately?
Well,
It will take some time.
it'll take longer than you would expect. I would stay in touch with Mr. Harbison, because right now I don't know.
6 months.
3 to 4, 5, 6 months, so you never know, okay?
Well, the reason I asked, sir, is I still have some property, some personal property in the residence that I need to get out.
I'd get that out now. Yeah,
Especially since you just announced that on television. I'd get it out quick.
I think your neighbors will hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. We're gonna come out better for this anyway.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next item is a resolution assessing nuisance abatement lien for demolition, and this is on property located at 1704 Hook Lake Road in District 3. This is Gwen J. Bartlett, right of redemption of Troy Bright and Barbara Bright, South Bank, and the state of Alabama being the last known owners, and the amount is $2,741.40. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor? The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution assessing nuisance abatement lien for demolition on property located at 1411 4th Avenue in District 5, the state of Alabama, and possible right of redemption, David K. Green being the last known owners, and the amount is $3,341.40. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor? The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? The clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution assessing nuisance abatement lien for demolition on property located at 423 4th Avenue in District 5, and this is Bessie M. Watts in care of Carl Jackson, and the state of Alabama being the last known owners, and the amount is $5,116.40. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor? Chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our next public hearing is a resolution assessing a nuisance abatement lien for demolition on property located at 409 33rd Street in District 6, Billy Wise Jr. and the state of Alabama being the last known owners. The amount is $3,391.40. Is there anyone to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor? The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Our final public hearing is a resolution approving issuance of an alcoholic beverage license. This is Queen Mama Food Mart, doing business as Queen Mama Food Mart, located at 725 Tuscaloosa Avenue in District 3, has applied for an off-premise only retail beer and table wine license. Is there anyone who would like to speak in opposition to this resolution? Is there anyone to speak in favor? The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution. Any discussion? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Failed to carry. Failed to carry, didn't have a second.
Failed to carry.
Oh, didn't have, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
I
This
would.
motion failed.
I would just like to make a point of order here about this motion failing. Very specifically, there were some issues with the alcoholic beverage license application. Some of the history of the applicants was omitted by the applicants when they initially filed the application, and that's the reason this motion failed to carry.
Is there any new business?
Yes, Madam President, I have one. Request from the engineering department asking for unanimous consent. It's a resolution authorizing change order number 1 for the Riverfront Development Site Work Phase 2 of Tyco. Asking for unanimous consent.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution under new business today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, we have unanimous consent for consideration.
Move for adoption, please.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any more new business?
Madam President, I have one from the Engineering Department. This is resolution awarding bid 3412 for the electrical improvements at the venue at Coosa Landing Project to Fred Dempsey Construction Company, LLC, budgeted amount $69,700. I'd like to ask for unanimous consent.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution as an item of new business today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
I'd like to move for adoption.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any more new business?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to ask for immediate consideration of an ordinance amending the entertainment district area and hours to include several new businesses that are surrounding the existing entertainment district and expanding the hours of that entertainment district operating period to noon to 10 p.m. And I'd like to ask for immediate consideration.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the ordinance as an item of new business today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the ordinance today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any more new business?
Yes, Mr. President, I have one, please. It's a resolution authorizing acceptance of a grant from the Federal Aviation Administration. This goes to for Airport Authority. I'd like to ask for unanimous consent for this, please.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution as an item of new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Mr. President, if I may, that was a maximum grant amount. We're trying to get at $1,044,000 with a 5% match from the state of Alabama and the Gadsden Airport Authority on that one.
And this is also to extend improvements for the airport. We have a lot of activity that goes on out there, so people, it's not just out there. We have really a military presence out there, and they're training all the time. So this is not necessarily much needed, but it's a grant that will be used wisely.
Anytime we can make it safer for the airplanes to take off and land out there in District 6, just a win-win for everybody.
I believe this is the taxiways, though.
Yes. Are there any more new business? Departments, committee reports. It's not on here, but there's a citizen request, Mr. Avery, concerning 2020 census. It's not on my sheet. It wasn't on my sheet, but it's on the agenda.
Good morning, Madam President. Again, thank you for the opportunity to come and talk with you all about a very, very important issue. As you know, this is the time that we're doing the 2020 census. We was here earlier in our recruiting effort to get people to work in our area. Most people don't realize the importance of the census and what it means to this community when it comes down to federal dollars that we receive. When you think about your school system, it's based on the number of students and the people in the community. They get federal dollars. You talked about the airport a few minutes ago. All that is tied back to the census and the census report. So it's very, very important that we get people to participate in the census. But at this time, we're trying to recruit people to work for the census. We talked about that earlier. It's a very, very flexible job. The job pays between $13.50 to $15 an hour, and it pays 58 cents a mile. People will be working from their home. That's going to be their station, but they will be sent assignments, and then, of course, they can go out into the field and review those assignments. Right now, the people that we are hiring are not door-to-door knockers. Everybody know about door-to-door knockers, and they say, well, I don't want to go door-to-door. The people we're hiring right now are what we call verifiers, and they would be riding around in the community verifying addresses. For instance, if they had sent me a report this morning on my iPad to go verify the address at 90 Broad Street to see if that was a city hall or a big building there, then all I would have to do then is to go, and I can see that building from the street. I didn't have to come up here and knock on the door or come inside or ask anybody anything. Those are the type of people we're hiring right now to do those type things, to verify addresses. Later on this year, the first of next year, we'll get into the door-to-door knockers. But if you don't want to do that later on this year, you are doing this, then of course, those individuals are going to have supervisors. And right now, I think the plan is to add a supervisor for every 10 or 12 door knockers. So the people who are doing the verification would have an opportunity to stay on and of course be supervisors. Again, we can't emphasize as much as we need to the people we need. We need people in Etowah County, the city of Gadsden today. As a matter of fact, we started training people last week, and we'll be doing some training this week, and I'm not sure what the other schedule is. But if you'll go online to 2020census.gov, and the key thing is /jobs, JOBS. Be sure you put the S on. And you can go into that web page and, of course, fill out the application, and we are hiring. I don't think I mentioned the fact that it pays 58 cents a mile for those who are hired now while you're riding around doing your assignment, and you will flexible hours. One of the other things they require now is that people be available for at least 20 hours a week, but they can work more than 20 hours a week. But we ask that you be available for at least 20 hours a week, and the work can be done from Sunday to Saturday. So with that, again, I beg council members and the people on TV and other areas here in the audience, if you know of anybody who's looking for a part-time, full-time job, that's where I like to put it, then this is their opportunity to do so. And you do get paid by the week. A lot of folks say, well, I don't want no government job. They pay once a month or every 2 weeks. This job pays every week. So with that, I'll be quiet if anybody have any questions.
Good.
Mr. Avery, I guess you will be at the job fair, won't you?
We did sign up for the job fair. We'll be at the job fair, signing up people. Again, we can do that on site, sign people up. Right now, I don't want to quote a number that we need here in Etowah County, but it's more than 100, if that makes sense. But yeah, we will be at the job fair signing up people.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Comments, we'll start with Councilman Reed.
You that. The only comment I've got is there's a whole lot of grass in the city right now. I've noticed, even with the heat, I used to think grass grew faster when it wasn't rained on it, but now I can't believe it comes up both ways. But I checked this morning, the problem I have, and maybe y'all have, if I've got a house in a vacant lot, unimproved, and another vacant house, they're not cutting the grass on the right of way here at the unimproved lot. Well, I learned this morning they're supposed to cut that. So I think we'll have a few letters going out on that. It makes the whole street look bad. So I intend to follow up on get addresses down on that.
Councilman Cannon.
Yes, I just want to say we had the ribbon cutting this morning for the new trolley officers and police department, the precinct down in Alabama City. It was a good day down there for Alabama City. And with all this police presence down there, it should help us with our crime situations and also help with response time down there. And I just appreciate the council and the mayor's office for helping us get this project finished.
Councilman Wilson.
Yeah, I just want to take a quick second to recognize the office of the mayor and Lisa Rosser and all the group that works in our accounting department here. We get a periodic update on the financials of the city, and things look really great. I know our business licenses are up about 5% over last year. Our expenses are down 8% over the same time last year. So businesses are thriving. Businesses are doing well, sales tax is up, and meanwhile, the the accountants and the department heads here in the city are working hard to save as much money as possible with those expenses being down by 8%. So again, thank you to the mayor and the accounting department and all the department heads here at the city for working hard to be fiscally responsible with our tax dollars.
Councilman Back,
I don't have any comments this week.
Councilman Worthy.
I have a couple announcements to make. The Gadsden City High School Titans Touchdown Club, they will be holding a citywide pep rally August the 15th, this Thursday, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 210 at the tracks. And they're inviting everybody in the city to come out and support the school system, not just the football team, but the band and the cheerleaders, and they will be recognizing all the middle schools, football team, their bands, and their cheerleaders also. And then we already spoke about the job fair, which will be on the 27th from 9 to 1 at the venue. We will do a skills seminar from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on that day. And as of, I guess yesterday, we had a meeting at the Career Center. We have like 6 to 8 employers with well over 2,000 job openings. So we have plenty of jobs. So please come out. If you have a job and want a better job, come on out.
What's the date again?
What's that?
August the 27th,
27th.
be Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday.
Mayor?
Yes, ma'am. I want to follow up on the airport. The Gadsden Airport Authority and the City of Gadsden are pleased to announce an acceptance of $1 million grant from the Federal Aviation Administration. This competitive grant was awarded for necessary improvements to the airfield operations at the Northeast Alabama Regional Airport. This is an important investment and a critical next step in our plan to continue to improve the airport area. We appreciate the FAA's ongoing commitment to the operations at the airport and to supporting the many activities that take place there, including the increasing military operations with the 20th Special Forces and other units. This is a great investment for the people of Gadsden, Rainbow City, Etowah County, and all of Northeast Alabama. With a 5% match from the Airport Authority, this will have a huge impact on the area with limited cost to Gadsden residents. I also want to say a little more. I'm sorry, but sometimes, you just hear so much you can't sit back and not take it. I'm sorry. But anyway, the Special Forces group that's out there, they train every month, somewhere around maybe 300 people. Some of them move here. Some of them stay in the motels. They pay taxes. They shop. Their families have moved here. They're a really big economic impact on our city. And they remodeled all of our office buildings a couple of years ago. Our runway can land a big Delta, has an instrument landing system, have gasoline pumps for people who can use a credit card if they come in at night, which nobody's there. So we've had a lot of improvements there. And if you hear one or two or three talking about the airport's not worth anything, they're clueless. They don't know what they're talking about. Thank you.
My comment is that I know we talked about this morning about meetings, but I like to challenge the citizens of Gadsden. There are meetings that are held. If you want to find out about the airport authority, and it's public, it's printed, but I know you don't like to take the Gadsden Times, no offense to you, but a lot of information, and some information might be a small paper, but they give information out, but you can find out what's going on. Take a tour. It used to be, Eric said he doesn't like to say it, but it used to be the old Jim Forrest Middle School, but you need to go out there and ask for a tour and to see the improvements that we cut the ribbon today. Then the next door is the Boys and Girls Club. If you haven't been in the Boys and Girls Club, then you need to go and look and see all of the improvements that are being made. go down and walk on the riverfront. You know, it's a lot of things going, may not all be to your liking, but it's things that are happening and it's things that are going on. I just challenge the citizens of Gadsden, since you live here, check out what's going on so you can appreciate it. And I think that you will like it a little bit, if not a whole lot. If nothing else, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.